You think too much. You know you do. You sit with a decision that should take 5 minutes and somehow turn it into a 3-hour mental marathon. You replay conversations that happened 2 years ago. You stress about things that have not happened yet and probably never will. You lie in bed at night with your brain running at full speed while the rest of the world is asleep. And the exhausting part is not the thinking itself. The exhausting part is that you cannot stop. You have tried. You have told yourself to just relax. Just let it go. Just stop overthinking. And for about 30 seconds, it works. Then your brain finds a new thread to pull and suddenly you are back in the loop again. Deeper this time. Here is what nobody tells you about overthinkers. You are not broken. You are not anxious for no reason. Your brain is doing exactly what it was trained to do. The problem is it was trained wrong. Let me explain what is actually happening inside your mind. Your brain has one job above everything else. Keep you safe. And to keep you safe, it runs simulations. It plays out scenarios. It asks what if over and over again because once, a long time ago, that skill kept humans alive. The person who thought ahead survived. The person who anticipated danger made it through. Overthinking was an evolutionary advantage. But your brain never got the update. It still thinks you are living in a dangerous world where every decision could kill you. So it treats choosing a career the same way it would treat escaping a predator. It treats sending an email the same way it treats physical survival. It cannot tell the difference between a real threat and an imagined one. And so it thinks, and thinks, and thinks. You are not a worrier by nature. You are a worrier by habit. And that changes everything. Because habits can be broken. But first, you need to understand the real cost of what you are doing to yourself. Overthinking is not just mentally exhausting. It is physically destroying you. When your brain runs constant threat simulations, your body stays in a low-grade stress response all day. Cortisol floods your system. Your muscles stay slightly tense. Your digestion suffers. Your sleep is shallow even when you get enough hours. You wake up tired because your brain never fully switched off. You are running a mental engine at full speed 24 hours a day and wondering why you feel depleted. And here is the part that really hurts. All that thinking is not making your decisions better. Studies consistently show that overthinkers make worse decisions than people who think less. Because too much analysis creates confusion, not clarity.
You pile up so many perspectives, so many possible outcomes, so many what-ifs that you cannot see the obvious answer anymore. You have thought yourself into fog. You know this feeling. You have been there. You spent so long thinking about something that by the time you made a decision, you were not even sure why you made it. Or worse, you made no decision at all, because doing nothing felt safer than risking the wrong choice. And that right there is the real trap. Overthinkers do not just suffer mentally, they shrink. They play smaller than their potential because taking action means making a choice and making a choice means possibly being wrong. So they wait. They analyze more. They prepare more. They think more. And life moves forward without them. Here is what you need to hear right now. Clarity does not come before action. Clarity comes from action. You are waiting to feel certain before you move. But certainty is not something you think your way into. It is something you act your way into. Every person you admire who seems confident and decisive is not confident because they thought more. They are confident because they moved more. They failed more. They learned what actually works instead of what they imagined might work. Your thoughts are not reality. They are predictions. And predictions made from inside your head with no real-world data are almost always wrong. So how do you actually break this? The first thing you need to do is give your thoughts a deadline. Not your decisions. Your thoughts. When something is bothering you, you are allowed to think about it. Give yourself 10 minutes. Set a timer. Think hard. Consider every angle. Then when the timer goes off, you are done thinking and you are moving to action, even if the action is small. Even if the action is just writing down your options on paper. The moment you move from mental to physical, you break the loop. Your brain needs a container. Right now your thoughts have no walls and they just expand forever. Give them walls. The second thing you need to stop doing is treating every thought like it deserves attention. You have somewhere between 50 and 80,000 thoughts per day. Most of them are noise. Your brain generates thoughts the way your stomach generates sounds. Constantly, automatically, and mostly meaninglessly. Just because a thought appears does not mean it is true. Just because your brain says this could go wrong does not mean it will. You need to start watching your thoughts instead of being inside them. Notice the thought. Name it. That is my brain running a what-if simulation again. Then let it pass. You are not ignoring the thought. You are just not giving it the microphone. The third shift is the hardest one and the most important. You need to make peace with being wrong. Overthinkers are perfectionists underneath. They think more because they are trying to find the perfect answer, the zero-risk option, the path with no downsides. That path does not exist. Every choice costs you something. Every door you open means another one closes. And that is not a flaw in the system. That is just life. The goal is not to make the perfect decision. The goal is to make a good enough decision and then make it right through how you execute it. Most decisions are reversible. Most mistakes are recoverable. Most things you are terrified of getting wrong will not matter in 5 years. You are treating every choice like it is permanent and it is almost never permanent. Here is something that will rewire how you see this. The version of you that you most want to be is not the version that thought the hardest.
most. It is the version that moved the most. Action builds identity. Every time you take a step forward despite uncertainty, you become someone who can handle uncertainty. Every time you choose and live with the outcome, you build the muscle of decisiveness. Every time you stop mid-spiral and just do something, anything, you teach your brain that movement is safe. That mistakes are survivable. That you do not need certainty to function. You will never think your way to a better life. You have to live your way there. And right now, today, there is something you have been thinking about for too long. You know what it is. You have been turning it over in your mind for days or weeks or maybe months. You have analyzed it from every angle. You have imagined every possible outcome. You have talked yourself into it and out of it 100 times. Stop. Just stop. You already have enough information. You have always had enough information. The thinking was never going to give you what you were looking for, because what you are looking for is not more data. What you are looking for is courage. And courage is not something you think yourself into. It is something you choose. So choose. Make the call. Send the message. Start the thing. Say the words. Take the step that your overthinking brain has been delaying for far too long. You are not going to feel ready. Ready is a lie your brain tells you to keep you safe and small. You are never going to feel completely certain. Certainty is a fantasy that keeps overthinkers stuck forever. What you can feel is this: the decision to move anyway, the choice to trust yourself even without a guarantee, the willingness to be wrong and handle it. That is not weakness. That is the bravest thing an overthinker can do. Your brain is powerful, more powerful than most people's, but right now you are using that power against yourself. Redirect it. Stop simulating and start doing. Stop preparing and start acting. Stop thinking about the life you want and start building it one imperfect decision at a time. The thoughts will still come. That is okay. Let them come. Just do not let them drive. You are in charge, not your brain. You. Now go do the thing.